that isn't just stretching, because IT band stretching, while it is fantastic, oftentimes what happens is you stretch and you stretch and stretch, and then you go about your life and it just goes back to the way it was. So yes, okay, great, great, great. So what we're gonna do is release a tight IT band, relax grouchy quads, and then strengthen and activate so that it doesn't happen again. And the way we're gonna do that is using therapy balls. Mine have paint on them, I think, oh well. So these are the recovery rounds from Rad Roller. Any therapy ball you have will work for this, as well as a tennis balls if you have those. It'll be a little bit harder with a foam roller because we're gonna get super specific with where we go, right? Therapy balls are gonna go right here along the side of your thigh, really like along the side of your quad, and then we're gonna go down onto your elbow. Now, if for whatever reason your shoulder doesn't like this, you can lay all the way down. That's absolutely an option. And then you probably don't need the extra pressure, but if you do, stack your hand on top of the other one and squeeze. That's it, right? I'm literally just applying a little bit of pressure so that this bottom leg is smooshed into the therapy balls. You can kind of see them peeking out here just a little bit, right? They're underneath the quad, okay? So you bend and you straighten, and you bend and you straighten. Now, I've shared this exact same mobilization before as a fix for quad tension, and it's fantastic for that. But this idea and these exercises that I'm going to share with you paired today come from a woman inside of Movement Mavens who was experiencing knee pain right here on the outside, right below the knee. Now, if you've ever had this, not only does it suck, all pain sucks, but this one too, it locks up when you bend your knee. And you might find that you're not even able to bend your knee as much because of that pain there. And the cause of it, hopefully you're still going here, is most likely because of what's going on in your IT band. So this thick, this thick sheet of fascia that's on the outside of your leg. So what we're gonna do to talk to that, I would say that guy, but it's not a guy, it's just a fascia, is therapy balls go from the side of your leg, and then you're gonna drag them towards your quad. And then you go again to the side and then drag towards the front of your thigh, top of your thigh. And then one more time from the side of your thigh and then drag to the top. And maybe it feels a little bit better. I hope it does. It doesn't take a whole lot to make any change. But what I also want to remind you is that it does not have to hurt to work. So it's probably going to be uncomfortable, especially here on the IT band. But the more often and more frequent you do this, right, the better it's going to become, because the quad and the IT band are going to be more receptive to the relaxation and more receptive to the change. All right, so bending and straightening the knee just like we did on the first side. And chances are you're also going to find that one side is a lot easier than the other. So we have a dominant side in our hips. We have a dominant foot that we use, right? If you ever played soccer or any other sort of foot sport. And you just start to pay attention to how you stand and how you move, because that's going to impact, right, what's happening below, what's happening above. And I see this often with the hips, is that we tend to stand with one hip jutted out to the side all the time, right? It's the same stand, standing the same way all the time, every single time, and that's where we run into a little bit of trouble. All right, so from the center side of your thigh, right, and then drag towards the top, like you are rolling out pie dough. Side of your thigh, drag towards the top, towards the quad, and then one more time, drag from the side and towards the center. So what we've just created with the therapy balls is not only some relaxation, but now our brain is more well connected to what's happening here in the thighs. It's called proprioception, and it happens through touch. And so we're using these as a tool to help improve that brain to body connection. So now for the activation, right? Relaxation is great, but if we don't pair it with retraining the brain, then we end up right where we started every single time. So what I want you to do from here is a side bridge, okay? So your knees are slightly forward, your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, and you are in your best posture, which means don't let your head come forward, don't slouch, right? Stay nice and upright through your torso. And then from here, you're gonna lift your hips up and come back down. That's it. We're gonna do that 4 more times, okay? Up and down, keeping the shoulders super stable as you go, so you're not collapsing in the shoulder just to get the hips up. That's pretty much it. Let's do the same thing on the second side. We'll give you a better view of the shoulder. So the reason why this works is because tension, remember 5 times, in your IT band is often because the outer hip, your glute med, and your obliques aren't doing their job. And if they're not doing their job, your IT band's like, no problem, I got this, except that it doesn't got it because that's not what it was designed for. So after a while, your IT band starts to get super, super tight and irritated because it's doing work that it wasn't designed to do. And that's where we get that pain at the outer knee, just below the knee, kind of like high calf area at that IT band attachment point. So you roll out your quads and your IT band just like we did, and then you're going to do your side bridges. You only got to do 5, maybe 10 per side, because the activation is more about reawakening your brain, resetting these movement patterns and movement habits so that this stuff helps to support you and not your poor IT bands. So give that a go, try it out. Let me know how your knees feel, and just know that through very specific and strategic mobilizations and activations that truthfully take you less than 15 minutes a day, you can move better and feel better so you can enjoy life without pain. And I don't know about you, but that's what I'm here for. What do you want to see more of? Comment below and let me know. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that more people can find it, and definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notified every time I put out a new video.